Parshas vayakhel, in the beginning of the parsha, the Torah says, "Shesh yom te'asam malacha," should do work for 6 days. V'yom hashvi, on the 7th day, yeh lechem kodesh, should be holy for you. Shaboss, shaboss on Hashem, the Shabbos as we know it. So there are a couple of questions that we could ask on this pasuk. We're just going to deal with a few now. The pasuk is telling us about the prohibition against doing work on Shabbos. So why does the Torah give an introduction that you should do work on the 6 days? As if it's a mitzvah to do work on the 6 days. No, you can't work on Shabbos, but you're allowed to work on the 6 days. But that doesn't seem to be a necessary component for the prohibition against working on the 7th day. So why does the Torah tell us that fact that you can work on the 6th day when seemingly that's not really part of the mitzvah, the prohibition against working on Shabbos? Also, very strange, it says in the Torah that 6 days work shall be done. Usually the Torah doesn't talk like that, right? It's mashma te'asam malacha idei acheru. It should just say, like it says in the 10 Commandments, v'asisa kol malachtecha, shesh yom matava, v'asisa kol malachtecha. You shall work for 6 days, do all your work, and then on the 7th day you don't do any work. It should just say, lo sasa malacha, don't do any work on the 7th day, do all your work on the 6 days. Rashi brings the Chazal, which we discussed B'ezras Hashem in the last couple of videos, that the Torah juxtaposes the mitzvah of building the Mishkan with the prohibition against doing work on Shabbos, to teach us that the building of the Mishkan does not override the prohibition against doing work on Shabbos, and therefore you cannot build the Mishkan on Shabbos. Now we know that the building of the Mishkan was not built regularly. It was an amazing edifice, and it was really done b'derech nes. It was a miracle, the fact that it actually came out to be perfectly and the way it was supposed to be, the way it was done. So again, the Jewish people did their part, and Hashem did the rest. A malach came and helped in the building of the Mishkan. The halacha is that when two people perform a act on Shabbos, shnaim shasou or potter, they are exempt. Since the building of the Mishkan was done through a partner, was done through the malach that helped the building of the Mishkan, so the it should be mutter. It should be mutter to build the Mishkan on Shabbos because it wasn't one person. Whatever malacha was being done, whatever part of the building that you were doing, Batzalel was doing, was being held by the malach. So therefore, it should have been mutter. But no, even with that lumdus, it still was asur. Why? Because even the malachim don't work on Shabbos. So if you would build the Mishkan on Shabbos, it would not be with the partner, with the malach, it would be without the malach. Because the malachim don't work on Shabbos. Kadosh Baruch Hu doesn't work on Shabbos. Nobody works on Shabbos. That's why the Torah says, Shesh yomim te'asam malacha. We asked, why does the Torah say that you should work for 6 days? That seems seemingly extra. No. The Torah is teaching us this idea, that during the 6 days, te'asam malacha, your work is done, meaning it's not done totally through you. Your work is done. The malach comes and helps you. Therefore, you would think that you can even work on Shabbos because you're not doing it only by yourself. You're having a malach come and help you. The Torah says no. No. On Shabbos, it's holy. Shabbos Shabboss Hashem. It's Shabbos for Hashem too. Just like God rests, all His people rest too. The malach rests also. And therefore, you're not allowed to work on Shabbos. And that's why the Torah says afterwards, you must. Anybody who does work will die. Just like a regular machal on Shabbos. When you do work on Shabbos, the punishment is death. So over here too, there's a death penalty on for working on the Mishkan on Shabbos. You shouldn't think that it would be mutter because you have somebody helping you. No, nobody's helping you. The Malach does not work on Shabbos. Therefore, the Torah repeats it again and tells you that there is a punishment, namely death, for working on Shabbos, because you shouldn't think with this lumdus that it would be permitted to work on Shabbos. These are the words of the Maharil Diskin, Rabbi Shua Leib Diskin, a nice treat for Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom.